We're going to talk about the all-important subject, overcoming life challenges. I have just launched a book called Overcoming Through Love Therapy. I'm going to be sharing a number of challenges that I have gone through in life. And by the way, I'm nearly 58. A couple of months I will be 58, so there's a lot of things I can share with you that if you're young folk coming up, you will learn from me. If you're an adult, I'm pretty sure you'll relate to some of these. So let's get started. Love therapy, what is it? You see, I never knew that there is a relationship between fear and love. They're both in the same continuum, but one of extreme continuum. So it's either fear or love that we're always experiencing. When we experience love, we have less of fear. Fear in this case is the fear that something will go wrong, the fear that something will hurt us. We have less of that. When we are fearful that something will go wrong, we have less of love. And that's how life is built at the level of our soul. You see, the only thing that we have to be fearful of is the fear of disconnecting from the source of life. So you see, these two continuum, one on the left, the fear that someone could hurt me, the fear that something will go wrong, and then love, confidence and joy and faith that nothing will go wrong, that everything will go right. They are two lights that always concurrently operating within us, and sometimes we are oscillating between the two. But ultimately, we have to get to this point where the only thing that we're fearful of is disconnecting from the source of life. Because it doesn't really matter then what happens. We have to understand that as long as we are not disconnected from the source of life, whatever happens, we have to bring things back into balance. We have to recognize that everything is happening for a higher purpose, not just for our selfish reason. Well, the principle of overcoming through love therapy came home to me when one of my biggest challenges was vanished from my life. And I mean vanished from my life. And the biggest challenge I had at the time was I did not like to sleep in a dark room. And I was so fearful to sleep in a dark room that even if someone is in the bedroom, I still want the lights on. That's how much I was fearful. And as a child, I was so fearful sleeping in a dark room, I would just wet my bed rather than wake up and go into the bathroom. Why? Because of fear. You see, sometimes our emotions are telling us something. I remember so many times when I was reflecting on this, when the solution came, when I listened to it, I wondered how many more things that we can solve this way. You see, it was 2017 that I eventually healed from this fear. And imagine I was 50-something years old by this time. And this has happened to me so many times, and so many incidents of my being fearful to be in a dark room had occurred. I woke up one night and I switched that light off. And I didn't even make the connection that I was now sleeping in a dark room until a few days down the line, then I recognized something has changed. And you know the only thing that has changed? I was now closer towards love than I was away from love. That's when I made the connection that when our consciousness is towards love, doing good for others, thinking peacefully for others, thinking the best of others, we heal from all the other negative defects that were plaguing us. Because you know what? Love brings more light into our life.